Chapter number 4. Unlock your imagination. Exercise 4.1. Read a blurb. Speech marks are not the only punctuation used when someone's speaking. A comma appears before the spoken words when the speaker is introduced first. The first letter of the word spoken is capitalized. A new line starts where the new person speaks and a comma, question mark, or exclamation mark appears inside the final speech marks, although the next word is not capitalized. For example, "What do you want?" he asked. "I think I can do that," said Anwar, smiling. Sibongile replied, "A new basketball, please." Underline the spoken words. "Please, may I have a snack?" asked Aisha. Busisiwe said to her sister, "I don't want you to read my diary." "Please help me with this," said Mom. "I can't manage on my own." "I'll see you later," called Dumisani. "I'm going to visit Tadashi." Add speech marks to these sentences to indicate which words are spoken. "I don't want to do my homework," complained Ibrahim. Liesel said, "Why don't you come over to do homework together?" "We both want to go to the cinema this weekend," explained Giselle. "Open your books," said the teacher. "We are going to read chapter 1. Let's learn a few things about the story Harry's Mad.
Harry's Mad by Dick King-Smith is a delightful and heartwarming children's story about a boy named Harry and his extraordinary parrot, Madison. Mad for short. The story begins when Harry inherits Madison, a highly intelligent and talkative African gray parrot from his late Uncle George. Harry is initially unsure about taking care of the bird, but quickly discovers that Madison is no ordinary parrot. He can talk fluently, solve problems, and even share humorous and witty conversations. As Harry bonds with Madison, the bird becomes a cherished member of the family, delighting everyone with his antics and intelligence. However, the story takes a suspenseful turn when Madison is stolen by two thieves who see his value. Harry is devastated and determined to rescue his beloved parrot. The plot follows Harry's efforts to recover Madison, showcasing themes of friendship, loyalty, and the special bond between humans and animals. With humor, adventure, and heartfelt moments, Harry's Mad is a celebration of the joys of having a pet and the extraordinary surprises they can bring to our lives.
Rewrite the paragraph, adding speech marks and new lines where necessary. "I can't believe it," gasped Harry. "A talking parrot who's part of the family." "Of course I'm part of the family," said Madison, offended. "I didn't mean to offend you," said Harry apologetically. "No offense taken then," Matt said more cheerfully. "Let's get to know each other, shall we?" What is a book blurb? A book blurb is a short description or summary of a book designed to entice potential readers to read or buy it. It typically appears on the back cover of a physical book or in the book's online listing. This is an example of what can appear on the back cover of a story. The story here is Harry's Mad. What is a blurb? A blurb is like an advertisement on the back of the book to make you want to read it. The blurb gives you a taste of what the book is like. It usually includes an extract from the book and an illustration. A blurb tells you just enough to show what sort of a book it is, without giving too much away or spoiling the storyline. Blurbs sometimes include a review or a quote from someone who has read it.
"What is it?" asked Mrs. Holsworth. "Has he left Harry something?" Yes, he has. "His fortune!" cried Harry. "His fortune," said his father. "No such luck, Harry. The old boy didn't have a lot of money, and what he did have, he's left to the university library. No, he's left you what appears to have been his most cherished possession. What's that? His parrot.
Having a parrot foisted upon him all the way from America isn't Harry's idea of a decent legacy. He'd been dreaming of untold riches, and then all he got was this boring old parrot. But when Madison introduces himself in perfect American, Harry discovers that the parrot has hidden talents. For Mad is not just a chatty beak. He is an ace at crosswords and board games, especially Monopoly, a fund of useful information and a natural mimic. He can impersonate all the family with ease. Even Harry's homework improves under Mad's expert and interesting tuition, and soon the whole family is wondering what they ever did without him. Unfortunately, they are about to find out.
Exercise 4.2. Harry's mad. Build up details about the characters. Fill in the details about the main characters in a book. The boy and the girl are friends who live in the same area, and they befriend a creature they find. Let's say the boy's name is Harry and the age is 10. Lucy is 6 years old. Let's write the description of the creature they find. A small, furry creature with big round eyes and long ears. Green fur with patches of blue. The name is Munchie. Special characteristics. Munchie loves to eat trash, especially plastic and recyclables. Makes a funny munching sound when eating. He gets scared easily and doesn't realize that he is the one making the munching noise. Imagine what happens in the plot. Add some plot details to the outline. The friends find a creature while walking home from school. He is lost and scared. He often hears a terrible munching noise. They investigate. They find Munchie, a small creature, eating a pile of plastic bottles. He looks scared and hungry. The creature helps with their school environmental project. He eats recyclable rubbish and knows a lot about it. He also teaches Harry and Lucy about recycling, and they work together to clean up the school grounds. They have lots of adventures trying to find his family. Write an appealing blurb for your book based on the details in Activity 2. Include an extract with dialogue from your imagination, a plot summary without giving too much away, a review or comment about the book. Use the sentence starters to help you or invent your own. Be creative, the story is yours to imagine. Little did the friends know. Tasty plastic, is there more? Munchie asked, munching happily as Harry and Lucy giggled. But when Munchie started hearing a strange munching sound coming from all around him, he grew scared. What's that noise? Munchie wondered, looking nervously around. Then to his surprise, he realized it was him making the noise. Join Harry and Lucy and Munchie on a journey of laughter, friendship, adventure as they clean up their community and help Munchie find his family. A review. A heartwarming story full of fun, mystery, and an important message about protecting the environment. So we have an extract over here. We have a plot summary and a review. Let's look at the back cover of the book and see what it will look like. We have the plot summary, an extract, and the review over here. Exercise 4.3. Understand the plot. Every story is different, but most stories follow a simple recipe for success. Look at this recipe and complete the ingredients and method. The first letters of the ingredients are given. Characters, setting, plot. Method, introduction, build-up, complication/climax, resolution, and then ending. Read the extracts and write a number in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to say which part of the story you think each one is from. Give a reason underneath. Fatima woke up with a start. It felt as if something or someone was right beside her. Two tiny black eyes appeared. I'm glad you're awake at last. This is an introduction. This introduces the scene and characters, setting up the story. Mustafa looked around at all the familiar places and grinned to himself. His adventure had been great while it lasted, but it was good to be home. This is the ending. This resolves the story reflecting on the character's experience. The shadow loomed larger and larger around the corner. Max and Lorcan held their breath and squeezed even further behind the bins. This is a climax. This is an exciting moment showing tension or a key event. It was an ordinary Monday morning, or so Mrs. Clinton thought until she opened her front door to pick up the newspaper. This is an introduction. This begins the story with an ordinary setup. "What's in the box, Dad?" asked Navdeep. "The postmark says it came from Malaysia. Who do you think, who do you know who lives in Malaysia?" This is build-up. This creates curiosity and builds suspense. "Well," said the frog, "if you really want to find out the owner of this ring, you'll have to seek out the wise one and ask her. But she's not easy to find unless you can solve the riddle." This is build-up. This sets up a task or challenge for the characters, leading to the climax. The school principal asks for a round of applause. Thanks to these two outstanding pupils, our school has been saved from closure. Well done. This is 5, the ending. This concludes the story with success and reflection. Write your own introduction. Write 1 or 2 sentences to introduce an imaginary story. Remember to introduce the characters and setting. Make your introduction attention-grabbing to encourage people to want to read on. In a quiet forest, a small fox named Luna found a shiny key under a pile of leaves. She didn't know it, but this key would take her on an amazing adventure. Underline the word that is most familiar to you. Mail, truck, elevator, cookie, apartment, sneakers, jumper, underground. Mail. I checked the mailbox and found a letter from my best friend. Apartment. Jake lives in a cozy apartment with a beautiful view of the park. Elevator. We took the elevator to the 10th floor. Cookie. Sarah baked delicious chocolate chip cookies for the party. Sneakers. She wore her new sneakers to school. Countries often use different words to mean the same thing. For example, a friend is a buddy, sweets are also known as candy, holidays are known as a vacation. Many countries also adopt words into English from local languages. In South Africa, braai means barbecue. The word comes from Afrikaans, one of the languages spoken in South Africa. Braai, barbecue, barbecue, and Barbie are all words for a social gathering and meal where food is cooked outdoors over an open grill or fire. What word do you use? Underline the word you think might have come from a language other than English. Explain your choice. I love sherbet, cold, fruity, and delicious. The word sherbet is Middle Eastern and comes from Turkey or Persia. My first school was a kindergarten. This word comes from Germany. A mosquito bite can be very itchy. Spain. I want to take up karate as an after-school activity. This word comes from Japan. The typhoon that hit the city caused damage to many buildings. Typhoon is from China. Exercise 4.5. Present a dramatic reading. Work with a talk partner. Imagine you have met an animal that can talk to you. What would you say? What would the animal say to you? Make notes about the conversation you imagine. You. Hey there, wait, did you just talk? The animal. Of course I did. Why are humans always so surprised? I didn't know animals could talk. How long have you been able to do this? Since forever. We just choose not to talk to noisy humans most of the time. You. That's fair. So what's life like for you out here? Peaceful, except when you humans invade my space. By the way, your shoes are muddying my grass. Improve your conversation in Activity 1. Underline any words that could be changed. Choose more interesting words and phrases. Include informal words and expressions. Now rewrite the conversation including your improvements. You. Wait a second, did you just talk? No way. Yup, you heard me right. And honestly, you humans need to listen more. I guess that's true. So what do you normally do out here? Enjoy the quiet, munch on some fresh grass, and nap under the sun until you humans show up. Wow, so can all animals talk? Or are you just special? Oh, we all can, but most animals think humans won't understand us. Exercise 4.6. Check your understanding. What do you think these words mean? Discuss them with a partner, then check in with a dictionary and write a definition in your own words. Foreigner is someone from another country. Hoarse is a sound, a voice when somebody has a sore throat. Coincidence, an unexpected event where two things happen at the same time. Shoved is pushed. Complete each sentence with a word from Activity 1. The boy shoved his friend so hard that he fell over. Her voice was quite hoarse after cheering the football match so enthusiastically. When I traveled to another continent, I discovered how it feels to be a foreigner in an unfamiliar land. Quite by coincidence, I sat opposite my old teacher on the train. Write a sentence of your own using each of the words to show you understand them. She shoved the heavy door open with all her strength. After cheering all night, his voice was hoarse and barely audible. The foreigner asked for directions to the nearest hotel. It was a strange coincidence that we met at the same cafe again.